months later, after the events of the Sunwell Plateau, under the leadership of Lord Femarn, the Blood Elven nation prospered and entered into a new golden age. Many returned from Outland, embracing and rejoicing in their homeland. However, war had cost them heavily, and Lord Femarn knew they would need allies. Thanks, in part, to his connections with Sylvanas Windrunner, a fledgling alliance is forged between the Sin'dorei and the Horde, which eventually accepts them under its banner. Such is the description of Epilogue, In the Shadow of the Sun. I'm not sure about Dalaran, Lord Femarn. They already betrayed us once, but if they want our support that bad, then something must have changed. I know, I'm not sure myself if I trust them. We'll see later today once Evas arrives what's this about. Yes, it will be best to wait. Now, Lord Femarn, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of work to tend to today. Al-Diel Shalah. I apologize for taking away your time, Liadrin. I have to go meet with Eowyn anyway. Right. Don't mind that I don't have any items. I have moved on to the 64-bit Windows 7. Now everything should be a lot smoother. And there should be no lags, no FPS drops, nothing.
The sheer audacity of the plan is exactly what intrigues me.
Oh, sorry.
Does not matter to me.
Options, subtitles. Where are subtitles? Video subtitles? No. Sound? Yes. I'm sorry, you didn't see what the Arcane Golem says. He says, stay strong, Kael'Thas will... Error. Lord Femarn will guide you to victory. I think that's what he says. I can just restart, but I'm quite lazy, as I have more work to do today. Come on, there must be a reason why this golem is so slow. Let me punch it. No, I'm joking. Phoenix eggs. There's Eowyn. My lord? Lord Femarn, you wanted to see me. I've received a letter from Dalaran, from Avas. Once again, they're asking for our support. Narlock again? Won't this man ever realize we don't want to hand over our Magi to them? I know, we should get going. He's just about to arrive at the Sunfury Spire. Lord Femarn, the Silver Moon tabard... No. You should wear it. What does it matter? Anyone in the service of Silvermoon may wear it. It is the symbol of state. You are the head of state. You should look the part. I am the Regent Lord, not the King. This is not the point, Lord Femarn. You look like a Farstrider. I am a Farstrider. You were a Farstrider. You cannot ever be a Farstrider again, Lord Femarn. We know that for certain now. We are going to be late, Eowyn. There he is, finally. Welcome home, Archmage Avas. Thank you, Lord Fern. Would that I were returning to stay. I am here on matters of utmost importance, ones that concern us all. I am quite sure you are aware that both Orgrimmar and Stormwind were assaulted by the Scourge. Yes, but as I heard, Orgrimmar barely survived the assault. The Scourge's power and menace are far greater than even we first thought. I want to formalize our involvement with the Kirin Tor. It is imperative that the Magi of Kael'Thas and Dalaran again work side by side as we had for many years in the past. No. I asked the Region Lord, not the Grand Magister. Well then, let the Regent ordain that I am fit to speak. I dare say we shall hear your opinion eventually in any case. Go on and say your piece. Did Modera send you with a statement before you left Aphas? You do not exactly sound like yourself. Your words trip over false diplomacy. At least she dares not to set foot here herself, she has that much of sense. Modera agrees with me on these matters. She agrees with you, or rather you agree with her, for I doubt they would send you here to speak on their behalf whatever. Damn it, Romov, do you have anything useful to say besides personal insults? You are blind, they bit off more than they can chew, and now they find themselves facing Arthas. They are afraid as they should be. They need aid beyond their own capacity, and to whom have they always turned regarding matters of the arcane? Oh yes, to us. The members of the Kirin Tor will swear up and down that you are indispensable to them, that your skills are invaluable. The moment you become inconvenient, you will be discarded. Kael'Thas and the Kirin Tor have been allied for over 2,000 years. Since we joined formally with the Horde, things have been strained, but... Since we joined the Horde, of course. That's somewhat awkward, I imagine. And do you remember exactly why we sought to join the Horde? A monumental betrayal in Dalaran beneath the ever-watchful eyes of the Kirin Tor. They really had nothing to do with... I assume you mean that the Kirin Tor did nothing to prevent it, did nothing to stop it, and instead left us to rot in the prisons beneath a city many of us called home as much as we ever did Silvermoon. The Kirin Tor find themselves under new leadership. That is a lie, and you know it. Ronin may be their figurehead, but Modera and Ansurum remain on the council. These are the same people who happily turned their eyes away when Gyfo sentenced us to death. They can all rot in hell, or better yet, in Arthas' army as Scourge. Despite your obvious disdain for the Kirin Tor, you seem to be rather well informed, Grand Magister. Which would be one of the reasons I am the Grand Magister of Kael'Thas and you are not, I would think. And as Grand Magister I will never order my Magi to service in the name of the Kirin Tor. That is enough. You do not possess the authority to issue such ultimatums. It will be my decision whether to send our forces to Northrend, and if I so choose, you and your Magi will follow orders. Now, it is clear that to continue this will result in nothing more than petty bickering, and I, however, do not care to waste any more of my time. I would hazard the Ranger General shares my point of view. I am not sure. I believe his intentions are honest. I just don't know how far we can trust honest intentions even among our own people. I worry that if we give him authority to act on our behalf, he would, intentionally or not, promise something from us that I am not willing to give. Then again, even if Cinder or I follow him to Dalaran, he will end up their de facto leader anyway, and I am loath to have him acting as such without obligation to the Silvermoon. It would be better if Romov were not so stubborn. He lived in Dalaran for a long time, he bears the Archmage title himself, you know. He has enough experience with the Kirin Tor to know how to handle them, and enough loyalty to his country that I believe we could trust him. He would be an ideal liaison for Aphas. Well, that is a strange thing to hear you speak well of Romov. I never approved of that business with Muru, but that is behind us now and we have no more reason to doubt him. If he were going to betray us, he would have done it with Kael'Thas. So what do you think? What should we do about Aphas and Dalaran? Aphas considers himself a member of the Kirin Tor, and I can think of a number of others who will be pleased to bear that mantle again as well. If the Kirin Tor want to admit Blood Elves, we cannot stop them from doing so. No, we cannot. However, it is my instinct that we should avoid official involvement in the war against the Scourge. Aphas should report to us periodically, and we should give him a clear set of boundaries. But those who wish to offer their services may do so under the banner of the Kirin Tor, not Kael'Thas. What was that you said this morning about being a Sunstrider? You sound more like a king every day, Lord Famar. My lord, Versa Windrunner has arrived as you requested. She is waiting for you at the entrance to Silvermoon. I'm sorry if I screwed something up, and I know I did, but that was a lot of text and it was quite hard to read quickly enough.
Establish a perimeter.
I mean, if you can read faster than I, then congratulations. If you cannot, then I hope that you're not mad that I didn't get to read it in time. Oh, perhaps I can buy an item. Oh wait, I'm a poor king. I mean, a Sunstrider. Right? We are proud to be back in Silvermoon, my lord. Wait, there should be somewhere...
Exactly what intrigues me.
I recall...
Does not matter to me.
Do you remember those two souls from the mission with Darkan? I mean, those that resurrected everyone from the dead, except Sylvanas, of course, because she is dead. They should be in form of two arcane golems somewhere.
Establish a perimeter.
Oh, there they are.
The sheer audacity of the
Vesper,
plan is exactly
Aurora.
what intrigues me.
There they are.
Yes. Establish a perimeter. Enough talk.
Two statues. I guess those two are... those two? I mean, those two that are now in golems were before in the form of statues, so those statues might as well be those two souls. Oh, whatever.
Enough talk.
That's just some
The
theory.
sheer audacity of the plan is
Veressa, welcome back to Silvermoon. Save the pleasantries, Lord Femar. We both know the only reason why I came here is to see with my own eyes if your Magi speak the truth about Sunwell. Veressa, please, your people are free to return to Kael'Thas. For years we rotted outside, thrown out of our homes at your behest, because we refused to suck magic from living things like vampires. And now you want to offer aid? After all we have been through, now you offer it? I could not afford to lead a nation divided, and we both know it, Veressa. But times have changed. Nothing has changed. As soon as I'm done with my business here, I'll be returning to Dalran immediately, so please, Lord Femar, don't even try to convince me you and your people have changed. I so hate doing the female voices. But you know, it would be kind of awkward if I just spoke as the male voices, like Lord Femar, like Romoth, Aphas, and when the female voice comes in, there will be just nothing. There will be a quiet, just nothing but quiet and the game sound. That will be awkward, in my opinion. Which is why I do both sides. But I hate doing female voices a lot. You know, if there will ever be a campaign that's filled with only male voices, that'll be a jackpot. Really, a jackpot. Well, what did you expect? How did she react? 5 years ago I threw them out of the homes they had fought for every bit as fiercely as anyone in Kael'Thas today. How do you think she reacted? Veressa Windrunner is married to the new leader of the Kirin. She is not fond of me or those I represent. I had hoped... Because you are a ranger, I thought maybe you could help us bridge that gap. I suppose not. You suppose correctly. Yes? Lord Fern, your presence is requested in the hall. I am not available. My lord, the Banshee Queen will not wait. No, of course she will not. Show me to her. Lady Sylvanas. I have just returned from Orgrimmar. Arthas has dared to strike at the heart of the Horde. Yes, I've heard. The attacks was successfully repelled, but Arthas is only toying with us. We must bring the war to him. War Chief Thrall at least sees what we have long known. The Horde prepares for war, and the Sin'dorei, Lord Femar, constitute a portion of the Horde. Lord Femar, we go to destroy Arthas once and for all. I appreciate that you and War Chief Thrall wish us to join you on the initial front in Northrend, but we are stretched too thin. We have already received a similar request from the Kael'Thas, but I cannot in good faith send our forces north, since the events... This is not a request, Lord Femar. You will send troops, they will accompany the Forsaken. Sylvanas, we have just fought a civil war. What can we possibly have to give? Have you forgotten who is responsible for the state of Kael'Thas in the first place? Who is ultimately to blame? Well, I at least have not. My vengeance will not be denied, and you will give what I demand of you, the Sin'dorei Rangers and Magi, as well as the Blood Knights. We cannot spare them, Sylvanas. Then you can hide here like a beaten dog if that is indeed your will, Lord Femar. Though if you believe anything can come for it, you are a fool. Do you think Arthas will be content to ignore you whilst you wait here and lick your wounds? Do you think I will tolerate such cowardice? For a while now, my people have stood guard in these lands, and it is by my hand that you have any place within the Horde. You will aid us in Northrend, or I shall cease to aid you in Kael'Thas. Send my exhausted people to find Mordeth in Northrend, or risk losing Kael'Thas to the Scourge once again. There is no choice here, Sylvanas. I will expect your forces at the Undercity in 2 weeks, Lord Femar. I will not be disappointed in this. Yes, my lady. How can you do this? This is blackmail. It was you who wanted the help more than we asked for. We never asked for more of your assistance. You gave it of your own free will. How can you call yourselves our allies in one breath and hold our lands for ransom in the next? You were never required to accept my offers. You chose to. All I ask for now is the will and power to defeat our greatest foe. Is there anything else you wish to discuss, Sylvanas? No, I am finished here, Lord Femar. Shorel Aran, Sylvanas. Lord Femar, you cannot seriously... We do not. You heard her, Rometh. We go to Northrend or we lose Forsaken support and likely the rest of the horse as well. So we go. There are still soldiers in the infirmaries from Kael'Thas. We have not even held a proper service for the dead. By the Sunwell, Lord Femar. We do not have a choice, Rometh. Do you not understand that? We will, Sylvanas asks, or we quite possibly lose all of Kael'Thas south of the Elrendar River. So let it go. Let it go? Do you know how many elves, Sin'dorei and Kael'Thas alike, died to defend that land? And you say I should just let it go? They would rather have died in vain than have given their lives just so you could turn into nothing more than the puppet of some monster in the name of their sacrifice. Do not fall for her treats, Lord Femar. She will only use you. Lord Femar, are you alright? I am fine, Eowyn. Don't worry. Send word to Lady Liadrin. Tell her what has been decided. You and Rometh will prepare your forces as well. It will be done immediately. If you are going to Northrend, would you also support the Kirin? The Kael'Thas can do whatever they damn well please. It is no concern of mine. But seeing as any number of Sin'dorei forces will shortly be heading north, I expect many of them will likely end up on your doorstep. You will do what you can to aid them, Arthas. Now go find Rometh. I am sure he will have much use of you. I suppose you should be pleased, Archmage. It is true I wish to acquire your support in Northrend, Regent Lord, but not on these terms. Believe me when I say I would have rather seen you agree of your own free will, not because of my free will remains intact, thank you. And it is still by my will that Kael'Thas is ruled. Of course, my lord. And by this ends Rise of the Blood Elves. Indeed. I hope that you enjoy playing this campaign as much as I enjoyed creating it. I would like to thank Hype. Those are not my words. No, those are words of Tomo Raider, who is creator of the campaign. You can find him on hiveworkshop.com. And the next in the storyline of his campaigns is campaign Curse of the Forsaken. I guess you probably know what will follow, right?